Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Finally, Famicom Dojo is doing an episode on 16-bit hardware. This is gonna be great. Video! Start!
What are we on? The Genesis?
No! 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 Genesis! No! 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 PC Engine! Welcome back to Famicom Dojo. I'm Vinnk.
And I'm SeanOrange from Powered.tv. We're trying a lot of new things this season. In response to the great support we've gotten from you, the viewers, we thought it would be nice to have a video chat with you.
Well, you did. Have you seen the kind of people who watch our videos? Have you seen the kind of videos they make?
Come on, what could it hurt?
You know, it wouldn't be so bad if basement lighting wasn't so terrible.
Our first call is from Mexican Waluigi.
Hey man, you got any soda? Yeah man, it's right next to the Botan. Why do you keep gum in the refrigerator, dude? Keeps it fresh. Ah, whatever.
Hello.
Hey, Lord Cat. Thanks to you, I can no longer eat strawberries. What you did is a crime against humanity.
You're on Famicom Dojo with SeanOrange and Vinnk.
Fammy who? Whoa, dude, I'm sorry. I meant to call Lord Cat from Until We Win. Cause I'm gonna rip him a new one!
Alright, that's no problem. We'll just move along. Our next call is from Syndra.
You guys were doing another episode? Without me?
It's not personal, we're just moving on from Sega.
Moving on from Sega?
Is there an echo in here?
But there's so much to talk about. There's the Genesis models 2 and 3, the Sega CD, the No Band.
Don't worry, we'll be getting to those eventually. Did you catch that, internet?
Oh. Do I get to come back?
We'll see.
I'll be good.
Next.
Well, the third time's a charm, right?
Well, actually, that went better than I expected.
Our next call comes from Angry PC Engine Nerd.
Stop! Stop! This is all wrong! I don't know how much you know about Japanese retro gaming. I'm an expert. But you're totally forgetting that the PC Engine was released in 1987, beating out the lowly Mega Drive by an entire year! But in America, the TurboGrafx-16 was actually released a year after the Genesis, so for all intents and purposes, the TurboGrafx-16 is a joke.
Actually, the PC Engine is a joke. At least the name was.
The founders of Hudson Soft had a weird thing for trains and actually named the company after a train line.
Somehow I have a hard time imagining it at the head of a 16-bit express.
I know you think Nintendo is so great.
Because they are.
But look at it this way. If Nintendo were so great, why didn't they invent the PC Engine?
What do you mean?
Hudson Soft had a great working relationship with Nintendo, so they approached them first with their designs for a more advanced console. Naturally. But Nintendo told them where to shove it. Oh.
Hey, that expansion port's output only. And why wouldn't they? With hardly a competitor in sight and the continuing popularity of the Famicom and NES, Nintendo had nowhere to go but down. Trains don't go down.
Whatever. Their stupid loss was NEC's sweet gain. Once the PC Engine came out in Japan, it was all over for Nintendo and their family computer.
Hey, Uncle Famicom. Shut up.
And it wouldn't be the first time Nintendo's short-sightedness would give rise to a successful competitor.
But that's another story entirely. Not yet.
You know, I think once you get a good look at it, you're gonna come around to its greatness. To this day, the PC Engine has the unique distinction of being the smallest home console ever made. Smaller than the NES 2. Whee! Smaller than the Genesis 3.
Smaller than this?
No!
Not a centimeter of space was wasted. In front are the power switch and the controller port. The AC adapter is on one side. The expansion port is on the back. The RF output jack and channel select switch are on the other side.
Which, just like the Famicom, has to be tuned to channel 95 or 96 on US televisions.
But also, like the Famicom, it doesn't have a power light, so instead it exposes orange paint when the power is turned on.
Exposes orange paint? Who says that? What? Now, look, I'll grant you it's tiny, but that's because it's missing stuff compared to other consoles. For starters, it only has one controller port. What's up with that?
Oh, like that's a big deal. I've never even needed another controller.
But what about people with friends?
Well, you could just get one of these. A multi-tap.
Yeah, but look at this. You need a multi-tap even to have two players, flying in the face of just about every console that came before it.
Yeah, but you can have up to 5 players. Name one modern-day console that can do that. 5!
The multi-tap is also practically the same size as the console, which just further proves my point.
Fine. You want to talk about small? The cartridge slot is so small because it uses HU-cards instead of the bulkier ROM chip cartridges of other consoles.
Sure, and they were probably also cheaper to produce, which is why Sega used them as their budget titles. But you have to admit, they gave the impression of inferior quality.
No, it's better! These games are the size of credit cards! I mean, I have Splatterhouse in my pocket! In my pocket!
It also isn't really 16-bit, at least not in the same way that Mega Drive was.
Preposterous!
Ugh, I think you spit on me through the screen.
He's right. The graphics processor was 16-bit, but the CPU was still 8-bit. You're forgetting that it used 2 16-bit processors, so that means it's twice as 16-bit as other systems.
I don't think it works like that.
Whatever. Next you're gonna tell me that 5 seasons of Babylon 5 doesn't equal 25. Who's stupid now? Look, over there, an FM Tom's Marty. What? And a Marty game. What? Go get it. It's mine.
All right, next caller.
Please, not another one.
Justin.
Hey guys, great show so far. Big fan.
This is a taped segment.
Are you calling from the future? Ah! So much violence in this show.
So, yeah, I was wondering, are you guys actually paying me for this?
Why, yes, many guys were playing this in the US.
That's not what I said.
So glad you asked. Sega made a big deal out of the Mega Drive's 16-bit processor in Japan, so if the PC Engine was going to compete against it in the US market, let alone Nintendo, they would have to follow suit. The TurboGrafx-16 was released in August of 1989, just barely beaten to market by the Sega Genesis. It had a new name to accentuate its 16-bit bona fides.
Even though it's not really 16-bit.
It got a new casing.
Wait. What's all that extra space for? Did it have more controller ports?
Nope, only one. And also like the PC Engine, it still required a turbo tap for 2 or more players.
Did it have stereo sound? Or AV out?
Not built in, it just had the same old RF jack on the side. We'll get to that a little later.
What is that big piece of plastic?
It's just a dust cover for the unsightly and enormous expansion port, plus the AC port. There's even a groove in the cover for the power cable to come out.
So what happened in the US? Why aren't we lauding its praises like the PC Engine?
For all the talk, the graphics processor wasn't all that advanced. For instance, it could only do 1 layer of background scrolling. Ultimately, the TurboGrafx-16's downfall was that Hudson Soft was their only real developer. They didn't have the aggressive third-party strategies that Nintendo and Sega pursued, so everything was a port of a game designed for a Japanese market. By comparison, Sega's newfound life in the 16-bit arena was due to the change in direction by Michael Kalinske, and as well as its new mascot, Sonic.
Sonic? Sonic.
I thought the TurboGrafx had a mascot.
Who, Bonk? Yeah, Hudson Soft tried to make him the mascot, despite that they released Bonk's Adventure on just about every other platform.
Bad.
Man, that guy got really hoard out.
Yeah, at least he didn't get as hoard out as Sonic.
Sonic?
Oh, stop it.
Well, yeah, that's all very interesting, I'm sure, but what I really want to know is...
I got all the way to the other side of the room. You said there was an FM Towns Marty, but it was just some stupid Pladia.
Hey, wait a minute! What's wrong with the Pladia?
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you for watching.
And I would like to thank all the callers.
Oh, camera! Let's go on a time adventure!
Well, most of them.
Who is this?
Well,
Beauty.
none of them actually.
I'm excited!
Famicom Dojo 次回
Welcome to the first episode of PC Engine Dojo! Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto! You're a dick!
Famicom Dojo.
So, that's the end of the show, I guess. Do I get paid? Do I get paid for this? Anybody? Are you out there? Vinnk? Sean? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello? I knew I should have asked for the money up front. Whatever. Whatever! Famicom No! You know what? Just forget it. No, I can't be mad at you guys. You guys are too much. I love you guys. Famicom forever.